ByteDance has quietly released another version of their Dolphin model. We covered this model few months back, I guess, and the model was not there yet. And interestingly enough, the Dolphin name has been used by many other providers too. But anyway, let's see what ByteDance has done with this new version. Dolphin is an advanced universal document parsing model representing an upgrade over the original Dolphin model. It excels at processing any document type, including both clean digital born PDFs and distorted photographed images, through a sophisticated document type aware two-stage architecture, which I will be talking more about in the video. One thing which really jumps out in this new version is the support for 21 element categories, which they have expanded from 14, such as dedicated handling for code blocks with preserved indentation and mathematical formulas in LaTeX. They also have promised that this contains improved precision via absolute pixel coordinates, but we will check it out. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. Please like the video and subscribe and consider becoming a member. Please follow me on X if you're looking for updates without any hype, without fluff, and it helps a lot too. I'm going to use this Ubuntu system and my GPU card is NVIDIA RTX 6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very affordable price, you can find the link to Massed Compute in video's description with a discount coupon code of 50% for a range of GPUs. So please do check them out. Let me take you back to the terminal. Let's git clone the repo, and that shouldn't take too long. The repo is slightly big for some weird reason, and that is done. Next up, let's install all the requirements from the root of the repo. This is going to take few minutes. While that happens, let me quickly show you the two-stage process of its training, which is quite interesting. So you see, it starts with joint classification and layout analysis given an input, where it first identifies the document type, whether it is digital or photographed, and then generates a reading order sequence of elements across the expanded categories, including hierarchical headings, paragraph lists, figures, captions, footnotes, and much more. In the second stage, it applies type-specific prompts for content parsing, parallel and efficient for digital documents, holistic for photographed ones, with dedicated modules for formulas, code, table, and paragraphs. And we will test all of them. They also have shared some information on their GitHub repo, plus also here on the model card around some benchmarks where it shows that it has got around, I would say, 14% improvement over the original one. Still not there yet, which is quite cool. They haven't said it is 100% good. I think it is an evolution, and if you go to their repo, they also have requested that if you find any issues with anything, just raise up issue on their GitHub, which is quite cool. Okay, let's check it out where our installation is. And now let's download the model on our local system, and it is going to download it. And the size is not that big. They have increased the parameters a bit. I think they have extended it to 3 billion, and the size is quite decent, I would say. And the model is downloaded. Let's first try out on one of their supplied page. So from my local system, from their repo, I'm going to select this page which has some formulas and some other indentation and stuff. So let's see if it can parse it properly. I'm just going to go here, and maybe I will just select where we were before. Yep, this looks cool. So I'm just giving it this demo page, and they have provided that script, thankfully. And it has loaded the weights, processing the image. Let's check the VRAM consumption, and it is consuming 8.65 GPU VRAM at the moment, which is not bad, higher than the previous one, but still, let's see what the results are. And it has saved the results in this local directory. Let me remove this. I haven't really opened it, so this is the result directory. Let me check first the output JSON. I'll just open it, and this is what the JSON looks like. So if I just open the image here, let me make it a bit smaller. And if you look here, so it has got that chapter 7, the zeta function and prime number theorem, which is good, and it is going about all the lines. I am more interested in this markdown equation log, and it looks pretty good to me. There you go. Okay, so let me close this. Let's check the markdown now. So not only it produces the result in JSON, but also in markdown. This is the markdown one. And if we compare it again, especially the formula, let's do this one. If I quickly check it out, yep, looks pretty good. And it has also identified lemma 1.4, which is good. There are few mistakes here and there. For example, at some places it has just repeated the character like here. But other than that, but I think it is much better than the previous one. In fact, quite a lot of improvement there, I must say. Okay, so that is cool. Let's close it. What and all the figures are here, if any, but we will check it out later. And this is a layout visualization. That's cool. It has identified. Just make it a bit bigger. So it has that, also has labeled it like 7th para, 10th para, 12th para. Pretty cool. This is right as per the architecture which I described earlier, and that is why I always describe these things. It is always good to know what is happening behind the scene. Okay, so the whole page looks quite good. Let's do the element one. So for the element one, I'm going to use this image for the table. Let's see if it can extract this table in those formats. And I think this could be a real competitor to docklink. So let's wait for it to finish. And interestingly enough, ByteDance, a Chinese company, is using a library of Qwen2VL and the whole pipeline from Alibaba, which is quite interesting. And it has finished extracting that stuff. Let me take you to the results directory. So this is the result. Let's check out the markdown. And if I display the table here, and if we compare it, so you see method is there, error percent is there, and I'm just quickly checking it. Yep, looks great. I think this is good. And what about JSON? So it has also created it in the JSON format. Pretty good. All the values are there. Next, I'm going to try it with my own image. So this is an AI generated driving license from Indonesia. So let's try it out. And this is a PDF file. This is not an image. So let's run this to see what it does. And it is running. It is loading the model and all that. So with PDFs, it is quite quick, as you just saw. So this is what it generates. What is this recognition.json? It has created the recognition, all the elements and all the figure paths where exactly are the bounding boxes. This is quite good. And let's go back and check out the markdown. And this is so because there is only one figure, it has taken it as because in the PDF that was only one figure, and this is a figure it has grabbed. Okay, pretty good. It's not an OCR model as per se. And let's check okay, so there is no JSON it has generated, and there is no layout visualization. So if you have an images within the PDFs, it is just going to extract that image, and it is not going to do OCR on those images. You can use various other models for that purpose. Next, I'm going to check out this invoice. And by the way, you can, if you just want the layout, which I also showed you earlier when we were doing that page, you can simply go with their layout script if you want. So right now it is doing the invoice. So let's check it out. For document extraction, I think this model is quite good. And it has printed out the results. Let's check it out. And I'm just going to check the markdown. And the markdown looks pretty good. I have done this invoice a lot of time. So it has extracted all the figures and text and everything. Yep, spot on. So look, I think this V2 is far more better than the previous one, and hopefully they will improve it furthermore on the PDFs, which is already quite good, but there are a few mistakes here and there. I think it will be good to also extract the data from images if need be, which could be a real game changer here. That's it. Let me know what do you think. Please like the video and subscribe and consider becoming a member. And please follow me on X if you want AI updates without hype, without fluff. Thank you for all the support.